friends, thank you all for coming today to share in this wonderful occasion. Today we are here to unite Vito Gadini and June Park in marriage. My name is Mo, one of Vito's closest friends for over a decade. I'm truly honored to be amongst you all today, gathered in the presence of love, surrounded by the warmth and support of those who hold these two individuals dear to their hearts. Today, we witness the union of two souls, the merging of two unique journeys into one extraordinary adventure. Marriage is a sacred bond, a union of two individuals who have chosen to share their lives with one another, to walk hand in hand through the highs and the lows that life may bring. It is a commitment to love and cherish, to honor and respect, to support and uplift each other in all circumstances. Marriage is not just a legal contract or a social institution. It is a profound expression of love, trust, and devotion. It is a promise to be there for one another through thick and thin, to share laughter and tears, to create a lifetime of memories and experiences together. Love is a force that transcends boundaries and unites hearts. It knows no prejudice, no limits, and no obstacles. Love is what brings us here today, as witnesses and supporters of Vito and June's love story. Today, we gather to honor the beautiful connection that has blossomed between them and to offer our blessings and well wishes for their future. As we embark on this sacred ceremony, let us take a moment to reflect on the significance of the love that binds us all. Let us remember that love is patient and kind, and it is built on trust, understanding, and forgiveness. Let us strive to emulate these qualities in our own lives as we support Vito and June on their journey of love and togetherness. So, as we begin this celebration of love, let us open our hearts and minds to the profound beauty and meaning of this moment. Let us celebrate the union of two remarkable souls and rejoice in the love that has brought us all together. May the love between Vito and June continue to grow and flourish, bringing them endless joy and fulfillment. As each of the events over this evening's wedding celebration will have a bit of a twist on the traditional wedding celebration, given the two cultures coming together, June and Vito have prepared not just vows, but also a brief personal love letter for each other. And now, with great pleasure and honor, I invite you to join me in witnessing the exchange of the vows and the personal love letters, and the celebration of love between Vito and June. Vito, June, if you could please face each other and prepare to make your heartfelt promises of love and commitment. First, June, you may share your vows and love letter.
Yeah, I got this. I can't explain how happy I am right now, standing in front of you in a beautiful vineyard with all the people in this world that we care and love so much here with us. It's been about 5 years we are together, and today is the day that seals this relationship. And I just want everyone to know that this relationship that we're celebrating today started from me. Do you remember when we started to date and were seeing each other for about a month? And we saw each other every day. You said you were really into me. I said I feel the same, yada, yada, yada. So I asked you to be my boyfriend. And you said you're not ready for a relationship yet. Okay, so that's how it started. Well, actually, that's not how it started. After a short while of my relentless pursuit, that's how it started. And I set this relationship up. And I'm so proud of it. Making you my boyfriend was the accomplishment of my life because what you and I have is mystically perfect to me. You made me who I am now, and I'm loving this version of myself. You make me confident because I really don't care about many things because I have you. What else do I need? You make me call my mom much more often now because you call your parents every other day, and that really inspired me. I'm sure my mom loves you for that. You make me want to become a more interesting person. You're always learning new languages or achieving new fitness goals, noodling on new guitar songs, and I don't know how, but I somehow gotta keep up with that. You also showed me there's always a way to lighten the mood and laugh it off. You're the king of laughing things off. When something absurd things or happen or people happen to us, you never let it bother us. You somehow find a way to make a good laugh out of it. And a stubborn and impatient Korean soul inside me is, I think, slowly learning to become a little more flexible and just be okay with things. If anyone knows us, they know that you are the kind-hearted one, thoughtful and loving one. You're that guy who orders kimchi immediately when you see only 2 jars are left in our fridge. And any Korean knows the significance of this action. It's a true emergency. You always bring a carton of oat milk home whenever you pass the Little Farms grocery, though I never asked you because you know I like their oat milk the most and they're too far from my office. We don't celebrate our birthdays or anniversary with fancy gift, but you quietly keep our flower vases full. You study Korean for hours every day for 4 years to talk to my parents. You also make all sorts of animals noises, including sajas, to try to make me laugh. Try. So I can go on and on about why I cannot not love you. So now I vow that I will always love you. I vow that I will be your invincible home. I'll make wherever you are your home. I promise to give you the best Christmas gift every year. And on New Year Day, I promise that you can look back on the year filled with overwhelmingly happy days and extremely funny days. And if you ever encounter frustration or sadness, I'll solve them. I'll solve them all. But if I can't, I promise that every bit of you know that you're never alone and I'll do anything for you. With you, I have fun every day. I know I would do exactly the same thing every morning, getting up, going to work, taking a shower. But when I get home from work, I have you waiting for me, and that's never uneventful. My mom once told me, find a guy whose heart is as wide and deep as the ocean. And my dad told me to marry a guy who cherishes his family. And I think I did a good job. Plus, the guy happens to be hot, so lucky me. I love you so much that words cannot explain. Oh, sorry. Okay, I love you too. I love you so much that words cannot explain. The way I feel is really indescribable. Until the very yesterday, your dad Frank gave me an idea. Once, 18-year-old you wrote in your college essay. You were standing on the three-point line in a tie game. You threw the ball and the shot clock is just up. And the ball is hung in the air. and it miraculously fell through the basket. That's exactly how I feel right now. I love you so much. Let's have a fun life together.
Okay, well, good luck following that. Seriously,
No pressure.
your time to shine, Vito. Please share your vows and personal love letter.
Thank you. I was gonna start with a really funny joke about how your name is June and we're getting married in June, but I think we'll just get straight into it. So June, on this beautiful day in Sonoma Valley, surrounded by our favorite people in the world, I still find it hard to comprehend that I get the chance to promise myself to the person that I consider not only the love of my life, but also my best friend. And I'd feel remiss if I didn't start by saying how much I truly deeply respect, admire, and appreciate you as an individual and as my significantly better half. There are too many things that I like about you to try to capture it all, but to start, I love that you are a master of balance. You dominate in your career, you keep yourself in great shape, both mentally and physically. You always are trying new things, and you always make time for your loved ones as the top priority. And I think what enables you to do it all is this crazy resilience that you have. And but it's this crazy resilience paired with just the right dose of playfulness and goofiness, which I love so much. And as for that appetite for trying new things, when I first met you, you were really into boxing, surfing, scuba diving, and how could I not be intrigued? And maybe a little intimidated when I got my first taste of your jab cross hook or whatever combo you were throwing. Maybe I still am. But now I can either find you pumping iron at the gym, upside down on the yoga mat, or taking the 10 millionth photo of our cat. So regardless of whatever you're rocking in life, June, I just think you are so cool. And you do it all with a modesty, humility, and a strong value system that just makes me admire you even more. And if I could vote for June for president of the world, I would. But in lieu of that, I'm just so thankful for everything that you are, thankful for everything that I know you will be, and most of all, thankful that you put up with me. On our best days, there's nothing I enjoy more than traveling and adventuring together. From getting absolutely mind blown watching our first flamenco show in Sevilla, to having you on the back of my scooter, getting lost in rice fields in Bali, or just sitting in the car on the side of the road in Jeju, admiring Mount Halasan on a rare clear day in silence, noticing the way the grass flows in the wind. You, June, are the one that I want to continue to explore the rest of the world with until the end of our days. On my worst days, when somehow I had let overwork and challenges break me down to the verge of tears, you sat me down and walked me through some Kobe quotes. And I knew then that you really got me. And I know now that you, June, are the one that I can always lean on during the tough times. And on the ordinary days which I treasure most, as that's life, as long as I'm by your side, whether we're just chatting on the sofa after a long day at work, finding a program that we love to binge watch, or taking one of our regular evening strolls around the neighborhood, checking the star count in the night in Singapore as we do, which we know is not much, but we always have a knack for making each other laugh. And that's really my favorite part about us. We just have so much fun together, no matter what we do. And as for our love, there is this idea of the 5 love languages as ways for expressing and receiving love. And I'll always remember, June, that you shared with me one more. It was the idea that one of the purest forms of expressing love is thinking of and wishing that the person you love is able to sleep well at night. And to be honest, I didn't think too much of it at first. But by chance, a short while later, I was chatting with lovely Lana here, and you guys were talking about the things going on in your lives. And she mentioned that you mentioned something along the lines of, everything is great, but I just wish Vito could sleep better at night. And I was very touched. It was just another one of those moments that made me realize how deeply you care. And in turn, I too started to notice that what makes my heart feel most content is when I know you're getting a good rest. We live such busy lives in Singapore, and I know you well enough to know that when you aren't able to rest, you have a tendency to fall ill. So whether it's a weekend where I first get to say good morning to you in the afternoon, or in the many busy nights you spent putting your all into making every detail of this beautiful day, some of the most special moments were the moments when I would come home and find you just relaxing on the couch, watching some Netflix next to our grumpy cat. And before I start to wrap up, I'd like to revisit and read you a very short excerpt from the note that I wrote your parents when I asked for their permission to marry you just over a year ago. Because, just like now, although I partially blacked out from nervousness, I'm pretty sure that you missed this part because you shyly ran off to the other room to hide your tears, which only amplified my blackout. So perhaps these words were never spoken, only 어머님 and 아버님 could confirm. But even if you did manage to catch it the first time, I did my best to improve it a bit, so here it goes. 한국어로 말하면 준이하고 같이 있으면 항상 정말 행복해요. 그보다 중요한 것은 준이랑 제가 가치관이 비슷해요. 둘 다 가족 그리고 저희가 가족이라서 함께 보내는 시간을 중요하게 생각해요. 그래서 뭐든지 혼자보다 준이와 같이 하는 게 훨씬 더 좋아해요. 앞으로 준이하고 50년, 60년 모든 것을 함께 할 미래가 정말 기대돼요. 슬픈 일이 있을 때 준이랑 같이 있으면 웃고 넘길 수 있어요. 힘든 일이 있어도 준이랑 맛있는 음식을 먹으면 다시 웃게 되고 행복해져요. And it fumbles on, but apparently it worked. So June, our two worlds coming together may have been unlikely, but they did. And now that you're almost stuck with me, these are the promises that I make to you. I vow that although the debate over who the funny one in the relationship lives on, I promise to always make you laugh. I vow to always be your biggest fan and supporter on the good days and your sounding board on the bad days. I vow to always lend you my coat when you are cold, even Korea cold. Kalparamdo. I vow to support your dreams as your happiness means the world to me. I vow to continue learning Korean to make sure that our one day beautiful children stay connected to their Korean heritage and to keep learning a little bit more about you bit by bit in your native tongue. And in a way, get to meet the love of my life all over again. Lastly, I vow that I will never be perfect. In fact, I vow that I will be far, 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 far from it. I can see you agreeing. But I will always be someone who is full of effort for us. So in conclusion, I love you, June. And I'm so thankful to be welcomed in by your beautiful family. And I hope you know how much my family adores you as well. Today's the day we begin the new chapter. And as for our sixth love language, let's rest well by each other's sides for the rest of our lives.
Hey, got me all teary-eyed. Sorry. Okay. Now for the good stuff. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together in matrimony, to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, as long as you both shall live? Do you, June Park, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, as long as you both shall live? Okay, June and Vito have chosen rings to exchange with each other as a symbol of their unending love. Vito, please place this ring on June's finger. June, please place this ring on Vito's finger. Before these witnesses, you two have pledged to be joined in marriage. You have now sealed this pledge with your wedding rings. I'm very honored to pronounce you two married. Vito and June, you may now kiss each other. Everyone, please give a big round of applause as a blessing for the married life. Everyone, please stand. And for those in the aisle, let those flower petals rain.